Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your source material and distill it into illuminating insights, surprising facts, basically helping you get well-informed fast. Today, we're embarking on a really fascinating deep dive. It's into a devotional piece by Pastor Chris titled Our Unique Assignments in the Millennium. And this source, it gives a very specific prophetic look at future roles, for different groups, but also a pretty strong call to action for right now.
Yeah, what's really illuminating, I think, is how this devotional takes these deeply held prophetic ideas about the millennium and offers a really distinct perspective, almost counterintuitive, maybe.
How so?
Well, it focuses specifically on the roles of the church versus Israel, and it draws this sharp contrast that, frankly, challenges a lot of conventional understanding. So that's really our mission today.
Yeah.
Unpack these distinct assignments and figure out what the text says they mean for, the present moment.
Okay, sounds good. Let's start maybe with that foundational prophecy, the one mentioned early on, Isaiah 32, verses 1 and 2. It sort of sets the stage.
Right.
Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Yeah, and according to the devotional, this scripture is explicitly prophetic about the millennium.
Right.
But here's where Pastor Chris's text immediately makes a critical distinction, a very specific one.
Okay.
It asserts that the millennial reign of Christ, which, is often a point of diverse theological discussion, is not, according to the specific text, intended for the church.
Not for the church.
No, it explicitly states this future period is for Israel, which immediately raises a pretty important question, doesn't it?
Yeah, if the church isn't reigning then,
Yeah.
what is its role? What's it doing?
Exactly.
So, all right, if the millennium is framed as being for Israel, then what does the devotional say the church will be doing? You mentioned a different role.
Right. The source describes the church carrying out what it calls angelic assignments.
Angelic assignments. What does that mean practically?
Well, the text clarifies it's going to be profoundly different from maybe what many people expect. It says it's much like what angels do today in ministering for us.
Okay.
So this involves functioning, and the text uses this phrase, like angels, arriving suddenly, disappearing, moving to specific places,
Huh?
all to carry out these angelic ministrations as directed by God. It sounds very dynamic, not symbolic, but actual divinely powered service.
Wow. So the devotional itself calls this a different class of ministry. That's the term it uses.
Yeah.
So just to be crystal clear, the source is suggesting the church won't be involved in, say, earthly administration or priestly functions, stuff like that.
Exactly. The text emphasizes that. Not dealing with people in that way, not carrying out physical administrative roles like priests during that time.
Okay.
And this contrasts directly with Israel's role in the millennium, according to Pastor Chris's text.
How so? What's Israel's role then?
Well, according to this devotional, the Jews will be the priests of those days, and they'll walk in the millennial blessings that characterize the life of the saints, which we have now.
Huh. So basically, what the church experiences now, Israel will experience then. Is that the idea?
In essence, yes. That's the distinction the text makes.
Okay, this distinction, it really sets up the crucial pivot point in the devotional, doesn't it? Because if that's the future role,
Right.
what does God expect of the church now? In these last days, as the text says, in these present moments, before all that future stuff happens.
Yeah, and the source is quite clear on this. It says God has given the church a kingdom to run now, and he expects it to be run effectively for him in this current time.
Right now.
Right now. It even emphasizes the long journey to get here. It notes it has taken almost 2,000 years to arrive at this point, and the Lord is expectant. So it's definitely not presented as just a passive waiting period.
The Lord is expectant. And to illustrate this expectation, the devotional points to James, right? Chapter 5, verses 7 and 8.
Correct. James 5.7 a few. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh.
Okay. The precious fruit of the earth. How does the devotional interpret that?
Well, this is a really compelling interpretation given in the devotional. The text explicitly states this precious fruit refers to the souls of men.
The souls of men.
Yes. So according to Pastor Chris, this is God's primary expectation for these closing moments of the church age, a great influx of souls from all nations. It's framed as a very urgent, very specific mandate for now.
Okay, so let's boil this down. For you, the listener, what does this mean in practical terms, according to this source?
Well, it's presented as a really definitive call to win souls like never before, stating that the fields are ripe with harvest and that you are the laborer thrust into the fields by the Lord to bring in the end time harvest. It really underscores this profound sense of immediate purpose, you know?
Got it.
So yeah, our deep dive into this devotional, it really presents a very distinct timeline, doesn't it? And these separate sets of responsibilities, one for the future prophetic period and one for the present. And it offers this very clear and urgent mandate for action right now in these closing moments, emphasizing a very particular divine expectation.
It certainly gives you a lot to think about. Not just, theoretical future roles, but the immediate practical significance of your actions today. This idea of a great influx of souls being God's present, pressing expectation. It's quite a focus.
It is.
So maybe I have a final thought for you to ponder from this deep dive. If the church's future role, according to this text, is truly these angelic assignments involving sudden appearances, disappearances, this mode of operation that seems beyond our current physical limits, what might that imply? What does that suggest about the very nature of spiritual service and divine direction, both then and perhaps even now? How might we perceive God's unfolding plan in light of that kind of future activity? Something to chew on.
For more information on how you can grow spiritually using Rhapsody of Realities, please visit our website, www.rhapsodyofrealities.org, or you can also visit rin.rhapsodyofrealities.org/salvation. Thank you.